An entire day had passed. He was pretty sure of that. He had been sitting quietly, slumped in the alley around the corner from Louis in the Bronx, when the stillness of the night had erupted in gunfire. A flurry of commotion and a few accidental kicks by fleeing pedestrians had brought it in his direction. It was perfect. Small, compact, still had bullets in it. It was already taped on the trigger and the butt to prevent fingerprints. As if he needed that. He had pocketed it and run off long before the police arrived. Now he was slumped in an entirely different alley near an entirely different crime scene. Well, a crime scene waiting to happen. It wasn't really a crime, though, he told himself. It was justice. Perfect justice. This murderer's weapon would be used to put down another murderer. Poetic, he whispered to himself. Poetic. He had been waiting to finish this criminal off once and for all. He hated this scum. He could never forgive him for the anguish and pain that he had caused to him and his family, the degradation he had forced. Now finally, it was time for comeuppance. With a sudden burst of energy, he practically kicked in the ancient door of the dilapidated old slum apartments. Rushing up the staircase as best he could, gasping for breath, he kept his mental focus as well as he could, with his eyes on the prize. Through the barely hanging door of the reeking apartment, beyond the yellowed rags of drapery hung over the cracked window, he rushed. Beyond the stained and torn shag carpet, he found his nemesis hiding in a closet. He had known the judgment day was coming. Point blank now, barrel to the face of his nemesis, he paused only to curse. Murderer, thief, dope fiend, liar, addict. He was finally going to be free of his nemesis. He was finally going to stop the cycle. A single tear trickled waywardly down his cheek. A single bead of sweat gathered on the tip of his nose before dripping slowly to earth. He would reach the floor before the sweat. With a final glare at that man in the closet mirror, he spun the gun and finished himself. The cycle was over. The murderer was punished.